Oh, this crazy Facebook. There it is. Hey y'all, sorry. Took me a minute to find it. I tried to start the live in Creator Studio and it wouldn't come up, so here we are. Hey Michelle. You made a wreath for a birthday party this weekend. Aw. Oh, great. Oh, I'll have to look for it. I'm sorry I haven't seen it. Yes, I think it's a huge compliment to say that I inspired you. That's awesome. Okay, hello everybody. I'm Jamie Shahan, owner and creator of Teal Lollipops Wreaths. I create beautifully handcrafted wreaths for all of the holidays and all of the seasons. And it is Christmas season, but however, we as makers are going to move right on to Easter. So here is the Easter sign that we are going to be creating this wreath around. So let me do a little bit of housekeeping and then we'll get started. So you guys come on in. Tell me where you're from. Introduce yourselves while I paste a few links. So bear with me while I do this. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, you guys. All right, there's my links. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is making this Easter wreath. So now is the time to be making Easter if you are a seller. And go ahead and get it listed in your Etsy shop and get your keywords optimized. And go ahead and start putting it in pins in your Pinterest page. Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot Pinterest. Let me pull up my Pinterest. So now is the time to get it going. Still waiting on all of some ribbon that I've got coming in to make Valentine's and to make my Mardi Gras. So I thought I would just go ahead with Easter, since Mardi Gras and Easter are just right there together. So we're going to go ahead and just prepare this sign first. It is a little bit thin, so I am going to put some pipe cleaners on the back, but I'm going to prop up the back so that my staples don't go through this sign. So I've got a piece of ribbon here somewhere, and I don't see it. So you just take a piece of extra ribbon. This is some extra ribbon that I have left over. I always save my ribbon. I hate to throw it away. I probably should throw most of it away, but I don't. So what you can do is take a piece of ribbon and fold it up to build up the height that you're stapling onto, and that prevents your staples from going through to the other side. So just cut you a few pieces and fold them in fours. And that extra height is enough to keep your staples from going through. I don't know what size staples I have, and I don't know what size this is to measure. I'm just eyeballing it, and it looks pretty thin, so I'm just going to take the precautions and do it. So this particular sign, the way I'm going to be attaching it today, instead of being way out here at the corner, I'm going to need to come in a little bit. And oh my goodness, I don't think I have my stapler. Oh yeah, I do. Good. I hope I have staples in it. I guess we'll see. I'm not prepared. Nope, I don't have any staples in it. Okay, so anyway, you would take your stapler and you would put it on here. And then I also, after I get it stapled on, I hot glue it. And I don't have any staples in that thing. Thought I was all prepared, and I'm not. So we're just going to pretend like I've done this, and we're going to set it aside, and we're going to move on. Alright, so we're going to be using this decorative 10-inch mesh here, and we're going to be using an evergreen base. So I've got this fuchsia pink, this lavender purple with foil stripes, a robin's egg blue teal color, and a yellow snowball. And they call it snowball because of these teeny little puffy white places on there. So you take an evergreen base. This is a standard evergreen base that you get at Hobby Lobby for Christmas. And you take it and you start fluffing out every piece of greenery. You take it and fluff it out, and that means just straighten it out to where it's up and down and not all scrunched together. So I've gone ahead and done the outer ring, and you don't have to measure. I've just eyeballed this outer ring. I'm doing 19 ties, and as I put these on the bottom, I ended up with 10 on the bottom, and that's okay. I'll have 8 on the top. Instead of 9 and 9, I'll have 10 and 8, and that's okay. Hey, Suzanne, how are you this evening? Yay, thank you for making it. So this is the ribbon that we're going to be using. I've got this 1.5 inch pink stripe, along with a green multicolored daisy flower. And then we've got this lavender 2.5 inch with a bunny teal, and it's got multiple colors of bunnies on it. So the ribbon, except for the lavender ribbon I got at Deco Exchange, and the other ribbon I got at Craft Outlet. All of the mesh came from Craft Outlet, and the wreath base came from Hobby Lobby that I got last year for 50% off. So y'all, don't plan on Hobby Lobby having a bunch of stuff left over for Christmas this year that you can get at a discount. It's 50% off now, and I think that's the best it's going to get. I don't think you're going to see 75, 80, 90% off this year like there was last year. So if you want any of these evergreen bases, you better go. So I was there just yesterday, and they had a section of ribbon that, I'm not kidding you, it was about no more than 50 rolls of ribbon, and that was all that they had left, period. Last year they had a half a row, probably 1,000 rolls of ribbon left over for us to choose from at a discount. This year, not so much. I don't know if people are staying home and they're making more, or if they ordered less. I'm suspecting it's the first, because they probably put these orders in before COVID hit and didn't know it was going to hit. Alright, so let's get started on the top row. We're going to do the Woodland Ruffle. So these pieces of 10-inch mesh, I cut these to 20 inches in length because I wanted the bright, vivid colors. Some mesh is cheaper than others, and it's a little bit more difficult to get good coverage. So you cut something that's thin and less coverage, you cut those longer, so that by the time you get them rolled together, they have more coverage to them. So I'm just going to start here. So these are all cut to 20 inches. So I'm just going to use whatever I have to hold it. So give it a couple of rolls on the end to get those edges, those cut edges, all mesh frays. So the beauty of this particular method is that you are rolling those edges to the inside, and you will prevent it from fraying. Now it will fray. It's not 100% effective, but it will prevent it from fraying a lot. So just start anywhere. I'm going to start right here. And there are going to be 8 ties on this top. So just find 2 ties. Find 2 ties that are close to each other, and that's where you're going to put it. So my next one is going to go probably right here. Don't fret too much over it. If it doesn't look too good and you don't like the placement, you can always take it out. Hey, Christy. Yeah, girl, I love these colors. Hey, Adele. Y'all, Adele's from across the pond. All right, here we go. I am well, Adele. How are you? So this is probably, I don't even know y'all, but it's probably a 24-inch evergreen base left over from Christmas last year. And I've fluffed it up. I've been saying all along that you can use evergreens all year long. And so here we are. I'm gonna show you that you can. So it's a 24-inch evergreen base that's fluffed out. I've got 10-inch mesh cut 20 inches in length, and I've got 4 types of ribbon that I have cut to 12 inches and dovetailed the ends. It's past midnight there. Oh, we'll try to be quick. I try to keep all of these lives at about the hour mark, because people start to fall off at about the hour. So you just give it a couple of rolls on the ends, and then take your fingers and walk it to the other side and scrunch it together, and it creates this ruffle. You can put it with this side up or this side up. It doesn't matter. And I'm just eyeballing where to put it. And if I feel like I need to move it over, if I've got a gap somewhere, then I'll just untie it and move it over. So I found when COVID hit last year and everything was shut down, when they finally opened back up, I went to Hobby Lobby one day and I got lucky. Because everything, they were just stocked full of Easter stuff that they did not even have the opportunity to attempt to sell. So I got a bunch of Easter stuff. I know I got it at least half off. I may have even gotten it for more. I just don't remember. So we're going to be using some of that stuff. One of the mistakes that I made last year when I first started buying stuff that was on sale, I didn't take the time to look what was on sale. I ended up buying a bunch of Halloween stuff that was broken. At the time, I didn't even notice that it was broken. I just thought, oh my God, I'm getting a good deal, and snatched up a bunch of stuff. Didn't even get to use it, so that was money wasted. Be particular about what you get on sale. Make sure that it's something that you think you're going to use. Okay, so I want to put this right here, and there is not a lower tie. There's a tie right there. There's a tie. So these 2 ties are almost side by side, not one in front of the other. If I couldn't use them, then I would just add another tie there. I've got these ties here that I can add in anywhere. But these 2 are actually close enough, so I'm going to use them. Anyway, I've got a lot of, because Hobby Lobby shut down for the pandemic, and they weren't even able to sell their stuff last year, I ended up getting a lot of good stuff for my Easter wreaths this year. Okay, 2 more. So I've got this much space and 2 more to go. So I'll just put 1 here and 1 here. Just eyeball it. And last one. Hey, Ronnie. Good to see you. So I was just telling everybody, go to Hobby Lobby and get your evergreen bases now. I don't think they're going to have it much longer. That is the one thing that they seem to have a little bit left of, are the evergreen bases. But with the way everything else is sold out, I'm not so sure how long that'll last. And evergreen bases are great for summer too. Alright, so there's the base. So the next thing we'll do, I'll show y'all what I'm going to do. I'm so excited about it. This is one of the things that I got from Hobby Lobby last year, or, you know, at the beginning of the year. And this is, I told you I'm going to try to start doing some over-the-top wreaths. I'm going to attach this onto this wreath somewhere about right there. And make this an over-the-top wreath. And then I'm going to attach the sign to it as well. I think that's adorable. Your Hobby Lobby's wiped out? Yeah. Yeah, I've got to go back like this week and get these evergreens because they're not going to be there. Alright, so we're going to use the exact same ties that we used to tie in our mesh. And we're going to do the typical standard thing we always do. So we've got a 2.5 inch mesh, or excuse me, a 2.5 inch ribbon. And we've got a 1.5 inch ribbon. They're cut to 12 inches and they're dovetailed. I lay the 1.5 inch on top of the 2.5 inch, and I slide my 1.5 inch up to the top. You can put it in the middle, in the center like this, but I put mine up to the top. I feel like it allows more show of the ribbon underneath when I slide that one up to the top. So eyeball it and find the center point, scrunch it together, and then fold it in a V. And then take your fingers. You can see here, I fluffed this one out and kind of curved it, and this one I haven't done yet. So take your fingers and poke that through, and then make it curved like bird wings. And then just choose anywhere you want to start. And I'll just start right here. I usually start on the bottom. I have all of my ribbon pointing outward. And if I need to adjust it later and point it a different direction, I can do that. But I start with it pointing outward. So I have been uploading all of these videos to YouTube, and so that's going pretty well. I think I'm going to attempt to do some YouTube lives, but they're changing the rules on me. Just as I was about to get going on that, they used to say that you could do YouTube lives as long as you didn't use your phone. You could get a camera of some sort, a live streaming camera, and you did not have to have a bunch of followers, and you could stream live. Now, as of, I think, the 15th of this month, they're changing it. This one is really long. let me cut this off a little bit. Now they're changing it and saying that you have to have 1,000 followers. Well, I've gotten up to 300 somewhere like that. So, I mean, I'll get there, but now they're changing it on me. So, if any of you guys wouldn't mind, if you have seen any of the YouTube stuff, hop on over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. That would help out. If you want. I do love these colors. When I started preparing for this wreath today, I just felt my spirits lift with all of these spring colors. Adele, have you been able to find any product? All right, so we're just going to keep going around. Has everybody had a good weekend? What day is it? Is this weekend? I'm so lost. Gosh. Y'all, I'm off on the weekend, and then I go back to work one day, and then I get another 2 days off. So I oftentimes forget if it's the weekend 2 days that I'm off or the Tuesday, Wednesday that I'm off. Yeah. I hate that. And did you say, do y'all have craft stores there, Adele? I know Suzanne has the same trouble, right, Suzanne? Finding, maybe not as much as Adele, but finding product at a reasonable price. I think that's the issue. Finding it, you can get it. You think there's a mass shortage in wreath bases? Yikes. What about grapevine bases, Adele? Do y'all have those there? If you can't get the others, you could get grapevine bases. This is going to be really cute. I love these colors. And because I've got an even number on the bottom, I don't end up with ribbon that is alike side by side. All right, so there's the bottom. Let's start at the top. You have Hobbycraft, which is good, but it doesn't sell deco mesh at all. Oh. How long does it take to order stuff from Amazon? Okay, I know this is probably really a dumb question, but you can order from Amazon, correct? So I do know that I have no idea what shipping costs. But Deco Exchange, I know, ships internationally. Probably most of those big internet sites do. I just have no idea how much it costs. So I'm going to need all of this ribbon to stay coming out this direction if I'm going to put that Easter egg wreath on top of it. So I saw one time a wreath that was made with a wreath on top of a wreath. And that's kind of the copycat stuff I'm doing with this one. Is I want to create my usual wreath, and then I want to put another wreath on top of it and just send it over the top. Hey, Sandra, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, when I was, I'll show you. This was the design that I started with. So I wanted to match the lavender, the green, the teal. So that's where I got my design from. And when I started putting all this together, it just made me happy. And I didn't realize that I was missing the sunny, happy colors until I started working on this one. So this is going to be an over-the-top Easter wreath. I call it over the top. I'm going to start, you know, in this world of wreath selling, you have to make yourself different from other wreath sellers. And so I thought a lot about that the last couple of weeks. How in the world can I make myself different from everybody else? And so I thought, well, I'm going to make a few wreaths that are really just over the top. That's kind of where that term, why I keep throwing that out there, because that's what's in my mind. Yeah, I don't like those sellers that sell ribbon by the yard or by the meter. You have to be careful when you find those on Etsy. There are some sellers out there, and that's how they sell the ribbon. By the inch, by the yard, by the meter. And that can end up being quite expensive. And before you know it, you've accidentally purchased it thinking you're getting one thing. Just give me the whole roll. I want the whole roll. Because there is a lot you can do as a maker with your bits and pieces left over from your rolls of ribbon. You can make terry bows, or you really even have enough left over to make a regular bow. You probably, on a roll, a 10-yard roll of ribbon, you won't necessarily have enough to make 2 wreaths. But you definitely have enough to make a wreath and a full bow that you can sell on your Etsy shop. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, I got that bunny ribbon at Craft Outlet, and they still have it. They have it again this year. I guess it's a really popular design. And they have it again. And they have it in different colors. They don't just have it in the teal. They've got it in... I think they have it in all of the basic pastel colors. Greens, yellow, pink. Alright, so there's that. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to attempt to attach this lovely thing here. This was my end of sale, actually not end of sale, but when Hobby Lobby opened back up, I got it for a steal. So I'm going to pull all of this up and out of the way if I can. Right, so I'm going to attach that with, I guess I will use my green wire, since my evergreen base is green. And I'm going to see if I can just put some wire through it. I haven't thought this through completely. You are seeing it live right now. Get 2 long pieces. And I'm just going to go right down through the middle of this. If I can get it through there. So they do have a tool that I do not have yet, and it is like a needle threader tool, but it's made for yarn, and it's rubbery and plastic, and I can't get that through there. So I'm just going to wrap this around. But there's this tool that you can stick up through there, and it's got a hole, and you put your thread through it or your wire through it, and then you pull it back through your base. So I'm just going to wrap this around since I can't get it in there. Put one on each side. Wrap it kind of tight. So I think 2 will be enough. So I'm going to come down through this evergreen. Oh, I was supposed to call my friend and tell her I'd be on. Forgot all about it. Oh well, I'll catch her next time. So I'm just going to kind of sort of tie this for now. I'll probably have to work with it a little bit. But I'm going to loosely tie this off for now. Get the other side in. I kind of like that mesh sticking through there. I was going to try to push that through to the other side, but I kind of like it there. So I may leave that. Okay, let's do this other side. Flip it over. Let's tighten it down, and that's just temporary. I'll come back and make it permanent, put more twists in it, whatever I need to do. Alright, so let's get all this ribbon out from under there. Alright, let's get this piece here. There we go. A yarn needle, yes. That's exactly what I was talking about, Cheryl. I don't have one. I need to get one. I'm developing quite a list of things that I need to acquire. I saw a stem cutter today on Facebook, my Facebook feed. Y'all, it listens to me. I swear it does. It knows exactly what I'm looking at, what I'm scrolling past, what I slow down to look at. Alright, that's super cute. I like that a lot. What do y'all think? Okay, so I was planning on just putting the sign right there in the center, but my staples are downstairs, so I can't do it. Darn it. I like that a lot. So, let's see. And I could put a big bow here on the bottom, kind of to the side, and I'm going to let it drape off to the side. So let's make that bow. I think that's going to be really cute, y'all. Alright, so this is a Bodabra. We've got lots of choices of bow makers. This is the one I started with. I like it a lot, but I'm starting to like all the others as well. So, but let's just do the Bodabra tonight. So I don't think I'm going to do super long tails. I'll probably do 10-inch tails. So I'm going to find the 10-inch mark. This is single-sided ribbon, so you have to twist it. And I'm going to do 5-inch loops. So I'm just going to sit my Bodabra on my mat with the center at the 10-inch mark, and I'm just going to measure out to the 15 and hold my finger at the 15. Close enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Give it a twist. So now I'm going to hold my finger at the 5. The device is, the Bodabra is still on the 10. Give it a twist. Now I don't have to measure because I can just even it with the one below. Twist every time you come to the center so that your pretty side, when you loop back around, will be up outward for everybody to see. This ribbon I got at Craft Outlet last year. I'm going to make this side just a little bit longer. I like my tails just to be off a little. Okay, next we're going to do the lavender. Dovetail these ends. This lavender ribbon I got from Deco Exchange. No, Craft Outlet. Again, I'm going to make this not perfectly even with this side, so I'm going to come down just a little bit longer. I want it to be different. I'm waiting on my order from Deco Exchange. It hasn't arrived yet. It's got all of my ribbon that I'm going to use for my Valentine wreath. So y'all, you know, I told y'all last week that Halloween, goodness gracious, Valentine's is one and done. And then Damon from Deco Exchange said in one of his lives that he sold more Valentine's wreaths last year than he ever had. So I very well could have been mistaken about Valentine's. It won't hurt you to have a couple, I guess. I've got 2 left over from last year, so I'll leave those 2 in there. And then I have enough to make 2 more. This is getting all twisted. Let me untwist it here. So I'll have 4, and that's about all I'm going to make. Okay, so there's 4 loops. I think the idea of the double wreaths is a good idea. It's not my idea. I'm a copycat. But putting all the colors together and finding the wreaths to put together, that's my idea. But it will make your wreaths more expensive. So you still need to go back and have some variety in your shop, some less expensive ones. I've got some bunny rabbits that I also got from Hobby Lobby on sale, and they're the wicker bunny rabbits. I call them wicker. They could be grapevine. I don't know what they are, but they're the bunnies that have the little basket at the bottom. So I think I'm going to, you know, and I keep telling y'all that your shops find wreaths that are pre-made and embellish them and then put them in your shop, and they're cheaper and less money into them. I mean, as long as you get a decent price on that wreath. Put a bow on it, and there's not much time and money into it. And so that's what I'm going to do with these bunnies that I found, is I'm going to put a little bow around their neck and put them in my shop. If I can find something like that. Oh, I do have something like that. I do have some grapevine hearts that I got on sale. So we'll have another Valentine thing, but all I have to do is put a bow on it. Y'all, I've sold more bows this year. Okay, so this is the last ribbon. I'm putting this on top because I want this to be the most predominant ribbon that you see. So this one is going on top. And I'm going to do 4 loops with it. They're not going to be as large. And I want these bunnies to be upright. So I'm going to need to I'm going to start over here. And I'm going to cut this off right here. I want my bunnies to be upright. I don't want them to be upside down. So I'm going to cut this the opposite of a dovetail to where it's just a point. And that way I don't have as much fabric that is sticking out into the design. There's just a little piece of fabric like that. So now we're going to start on this other side. We're going to do 4 loops. And you'll see me picking this up. I'm measuring it to the top of this Bodabra. So on this side it comes up just above the top of it. So this side I want it to come up to just above the top of it. It's just a way to measure, since I can't really see the measurements underneath it anymore. And I don't want it to be the same size as the ribbon underneath it. I want it to be a little bit smaller. Alright. Okay, so here, okay, now let's get this tied off. So I'm going to lift this up out of the Bodabra just a little bit, and I'm going to slide this zip tie underneath there. I'm going to pull it to the top. I'm going to squish that bow back down in there. And I'm going to lift, as I'm lifting up on this side, I'm holding the ribbon down in the center and pulling it all together. So before I tighten this down all the way, I'm going to make sure that these loops are even. So just put your fingers inside your loops and pull. And if one side is longer than the other, you will feel it pull and make itself even. But be careful on the side where you only have a little tie like that. You don't want to pull that out. So now I'm going to hold this side down, and I'm going to pull my tails down. Now I'm going to hold this side down and pull my tails down toward the bottom. So now I'm going to hold this firmly in place and flip this around to the back side, and I'm going to slide a chenille stem underneath there. We'll make it purple. Lavender to match everything. And now just pull it really tight. Okay, now I start at the back and I put my fingers in between here, in between these loops, and just start twisting them. Twist them back and forth, back and forth. And what you're doing is you're loosening it from the center of that gathering place, and you're making these like individual loops. They act as individual loops once you free them from that center gathering. I love this pink ribbon. So anytime you find a linen ribbon that has like a painted on effect, this is a painted on stripe. I find that those make that the painted on ribbon are stiffer, and you can do a lot more with them. I like them better. Okay. So there's our bow. Let's get this back. So that's going to go in the center. I want it in the center to cover most of those holes. And so I will because of that, you're kind of, I don't want to put that, oh, I don't know, I might put that right there. I was about to say I don't want to put that right in the center and cover up all those Easter eggs. Yeah, I think I kind of want this to the side here so that more of this ring of eggs can be seen. So I'm going to slide this through here. See if we can get it attached. This is going to be a really pretty, colorful wreath. I like it a lot. Alright, there's one side. There's the other. Okay. Alright, so that's how that'll go. And then the last thing we need to do is add some embellishments. So I'll show you what I've got. We're just about through, Adele. Okay, I've got these cute little bunnies. This was actually a swag, and it had 8 of them attached, and I cut them off. And so now I've just got these little bunnies on a carrot. So I don't know, I left the little ties just for now, but I'll probably end up taking them off. So let's just see where we can put a few. Sure I can. So there's the blog is Rookie Wreath Maker, and I'll need to find it real quick. And y'all, I wasn't ready to start the blog, but I did it anyway. You know, I've learned that you just have to just start things, whether they're perfect or not. If you wait until they're perfect, then a lot of times you just won't start it. So let me do this real quick. Oh, yeah, where did it go? Copy. Paste. Alright, there's the Rookie Wreath Maker. So I'm hoping by the first of the year I will really start to get some things on there. Your partner's snoring? Yeah, that's alright. Snore away. Alright, y'all, I've got some really cute eggs, and I love these. I think these are adorable. See if I can open these up without cutting open this package. Although there's so much going on, you know, I'm not sure what all... Look at these. These are so cute. I'm not quite sure they'll go with all of these other eggs that I've got going. So I'm going to just put a few here and there, and we'll see. I might save these for another time. One right here might be kind of cute. But I do like these carrots here. So 3s and 5s. I'll try to use everything in 3s and 5s. And don't forget about the back side of your wreath too. You want things on the back side as well. Yeah, these are not really going so well, I don't think. So those will be saved for another day. I do like these carrots, though, quite a bit. And I love these. You get the green, you get the play on green with his little fringed collar, and the orange Even though there's not orange in this sign, there's, you know, carrots. There's orange here, and so you get a little bit of tie in there. And I think I'll probably use 5 of these carrots. And I'll put some down here toward the back. So you want people to see, to discover things when they start looking at your wreath. You don't want everything just to be on the front. You want it to be toward the back side as well. So that's 1. There's 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I might do some more than 5. I do like this pink egg here, but I didn't really like it everywhere else in the wreath. Just play around with it. Visually, you want everything spread out. I wonder how that would look there. That might be cute. Okay. That's it, you guys. Thank you, Patty. Hey, Elaine. You love, Patty, you love these carrots or these carrots? I kind of like them both. Yeah, that's okay, Lane. Better late than never. I'm glad you showed up. That's awesome. All right, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching this replay on YouTube and you like the video and the content, give it a thumbs up. Click on the subscribe button, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, click on the little bell and you'll be notified when I put up a new video. You guys who are watching this on Facebook, if you don't mind checking out my YouTube channel, I'm trying to get 1,000 followers so I can do some lives on there. They're changing the rules up on me. And the orange and white carrots. Okay, Patty. Yeah, they're adorable. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, give me some hearts or thumbs up. All the engagement I can possibly get tells the YouTube or the Facebook algorithm that it needs to show my stuff to more people. So all the help I can get, I appreciate. As usual, if any of you guys need any help with anything, help with setting up your Etsy shop, with figuring out Pinterest, with any design ideas, I'm here for you. You guys can message me anytime, and I'll be more than happy to help you. I'll be listing this in my shop. Probably won't get pictures of it until Tuesday or Wednesday and get it listed, but you guys are awesome for showing up time and time again. I appreciate you more than you know, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a good evening.